everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, part 4 of our tutorial series, we'll continue exploring cloud functions to include additional data in your PortaOne invoice PDFs generated using CraftMyPDF. If you haven't watched part 3, where we explain how to deploy a cloud function using Google Cloud, check the description below for the link. For those looking to create a simple invoice with basic billing information, such as issue date, due date, and totals for each service, the first 2 videos in this tutorial series are also linked in the description. In part 3, we ended with adding a cloud function URL to the configuration of the CraftMyPDF module on the add-on Mart portal. In 5 steps, we'll generate a new invoice enriched with additional data obtained with the help of cloud function. First, we'll test our cloud function to ensure the data is extracted from PortaOne correctly. Next, we'll copy the additional invoice data enclosed in the service verbose info attribute into the data section of CraftMyPDF. We'll quickly review how to work with repetitive groups, which look like tables in CraftMyPDF, called arrays in the CraftMyPDF terminology, as we'll need to use arrays to represent lists of XDR in the invoice template. We'll be updating in the next step. We'll update the invoice template we created in part 2 with the list of voice calls with a summary of voice calls by country and XDRs for subscriptions by subscription name. The new attributes of the updated invoice data will be ready to use as variables in our CraftMyPDF invoice template. Finally, we'll generate a new invoice PDF for our test customer. Let's jump in. To test the cloud function, we'll go to the test section in our Google Cloud console and provide the JSON payload with the data for a specific invoice. In the real scenario, the cloud function will receive the data from add-on Mart. Let's recall what it looks like in CraftMyPDF. I've selected a customer whose iCustomer identifier is 763 in our demo installation with voice calls to several countries and several subscriptions. After pasting the payload, we can see the output of our cloud function. Let's click the copy icon. To see the output of the cloud function in a more convenient format, let's head over to CraftMyPDF and open the invoice template that we created earlier. In the data section, we already have a JSON data structure. Let's delete it and paste the output of the cloud function. Now we click Validate and Format JSON to see the data in a much nicer format. We don't need the line containing billing data. Let's delete it and delete the corresponding curly bracket at the end. Let's click Validate and Format JSON again. Excellent. For ease of navigation, we can click the Viewer on the Data tab and check our updated data. The additional data structure is service verbose info. It contains the voice calls per country and subscriptions, payment and subscription XDRs. Looks good. Now we can click Save. Our new invoice data includes lists of XDRs for voice calls aggregated by country, as well as all subscription and payment XDRs. In the data structure, these are called arrays in the CraftMyPDF terminology. Before making any changes to our customized invoice template, let's clone it for the sake of practice. Let's name the copy Test Arrays. It already contains our updated JSON data. Now we'll go to Layers and delete all the layers in the Normal section, leaving a blank canvas for practicing with data arrays or lists. In CraftMyPDF, to work with arrays, you need to enable the data binding option, which works only for arrays. We can enable data binding for elements like simple tables, normal sections, subsections, etc. For tabular data, using the simple table component is the best option. Let's examine our data. Service totals is an array with fields such as name and invoice totals, total amount. For our practice run, we'll drag and drop a table Adjust the size to fit the page margins. Don't forget to name the layer. It's a good practice. Let's call it Test Table. Let's enable data binding for service totals by inserting the following expression. Now double-click the table and then click Add Columns. For the first column's header, we'll type static text, in this case, service name. In the value field, we'll change the type to expression from the drop-down list and type row name to reference the field called name for each row in the service totals array that we added to the data binding. Now let's add another column. For its header, we'll type subtotals per service, and in the value field, we'll type the following expression. The second dot is needed since invoice totals is a nested object in the array item. Invoice totals is at the same level as name inside service totals, and total amount is nested within invoice totals. We'll select expression from the drop-down list and align the values to the right, which is best practice for numerical values. Let's preview what we have so far. Not bad, but there are only 2 values. The rest are empty. To display 0 if the field is empty or undefined, we'll use a conditional expression. This checks if total amount has a value. If not, it displays 0. It's simple, but understanding the structure of your JSON data is key. And if you're stuck, just ask ChatGPT. It knows its coding. Now we have 0 for empty values. Excellent! Doesn't seem complicated, right? Now let's return to our original template and apply what we've learned about working with arrays. Let me clean everything up quickly, except for the footer and the header. We're reusing the header and the footer, but including only the voice calls in the first normal section. Let's clear everything from the normal section and rename this section to voice calls. Before inserting the table, let's add a label to this section. Both the value and the layer title will be voice calls. It won't be confused with the normal section since it's clearly a text component. Let's adjust the margins to ensure everything looks neat. We'll insert a new table and name the layer Voice Calls by Country. Let's align it nicely. Since voice calls are an array, we'll enable data binding and insert the following expression. We'll add columns for country, total duration in minutes, and amount in USD. For all values, we'll set the type to expression. We'll align the numeric values in the second and third columns to the right and distribute the column width evenly, 33.3% each. Previewing the invoice shows everything is in order. Excellent! Now we'll click Save. Next, we'll add the XDRs for subscriptions. To avoid overlapping data, we need to insert another normal section below. Each iterative table occupies its own section and uses its own data binding expression. Click the Insert arrow to add a new normal section below the Voice Calls section, and we'll name it Subscription. We'll add a label to this section, naming both the value and the layer title subscriptions. Let's align the table margins nicely. For data binding, we'll insert the following expression. Subscription XDRs are also an array. We'll add 5 columns using the following variables: subscription name, account ID, period from, period to, and for the charge amount in USD. We'll align the numeric values to the right and distribute the column width evenly, 20% each. As we have quite a few subscriptions with the same name, let's sort them by it. We'll need to insert the following expression in the data binding section to sort them in alphabetical order. We will also need all payment XDRs. Let's add one more normal section, name it Payment XDRs, and insert a table with 3 columns. We'll insert the following data binding expression for this. The 3 columns are going to be type, date, and amount. We'll insert a 4th normal section called invoice total. We don't need iterations here, so we won't use a table format. Instead, we'll insert an HTML component that allows us to insert a table without any data binding. We'll name this layer invoice total. Place it right under the second column of the second table and adjust the width. To ensure the HTML element aligns nicely, we'll set the width to half of the second table, which is 372 pixels. Let's check the preview. Nice! Now we fill out our column and row titles and insert the corresponding expressions for previous balance, payments, charges during the invoice period, and amount due. We'll also highlight the first and last rows in bold for better readability. Let's check the preview one last time. Everything looks great, so we're ready to click Save. Just a quick tip: if you need a page break after a specific normal section, go to the General tab of the corresponding component. For example, let's go to the normal section for voice calls. Scroll down to the settings box labeled Page and check the box for Break After. This will force a page break after that section. Let's check the preview. Here we go! We have a page break now. We'll delete it for now. Finally, we'll generate a test invoice PDF. Let's go to our test customer in PortaBilling and assign them the CraftMyPDF template available via add-on Mart. Now let's view the final invoice. Everything worked just as expected. Cloud Functions give us incredible flexibility when designing invoices. This video concludes our CraftMyPDF 4-part tutorial series. In the next video, we'll explore Cloud Function logs and basic troubleshooting to give you even more autonomy. Share your thoughts and experiences with Cloud Functions in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. Unlock your potential with PortaOne.